semester in the University Singers, and she fits in wonderfully there. And so always I've got I have a really good bunch of singers.
All right, well, let's go ahead and meet Julia. Now, Julia, welcome again to Harmon. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
What is your singing background, and what do you think you bring to the table as far as, interacting with your other singers?
Okay, well, in middle school I've been in choirs, honor choirs. My last ensemble I was in Southwestern College in California. Mm-hmm. It was West Coast Syncopation, and so what I think I might bring to our ensemble here is just energy to help our choir just move people, to create a pulse in the community, to change, to inspire local artists out there, and the Chamorro culture and everyone who lives on Guam.
That's what it's all about.
Hopefully it creates a ripple and it can be heard maybe around the world, hopefully.
Well, obviously you've got a very eclectic musical palette and everything. How challenging is this material that Dr. Johnson's presented to you?
It's, well, I love music, so I listen to it 24/7 when I go to sleep, in the car, so I think it's good for me because I like it, and I think it'd be difficult for others who aren't into music, who doesn't have their heart in it, and I think.
That's an interesting point. Now, question for you, Doc, because you guys are taking on and tackling and addressing jazz and pop, which as a wannabe musician myself, I find fascinating because you take the latter of which is probably accessible to the greatest number of people, and, and the former of which is, like most musicians would consider, that's the epitome of, when you challenge yourself, if you can handle jazz, you're pretty good. So how do you blend those two?
Well, that's I sometimes am afraid when we say that we're doing pop music because it has kind of a bad connotation as far as putting on concerts with pop music. But this is always pop music with a twist. You take an old Beatles tune and you make it into something more, something, a more difficult chord progression, more difficult voicing. We're doing a couple of different Beatles tunes. But I played in a lot of pop groups, and top 40 groups, and so I have nothing against pop music per se, which made me different than most people that were working on their doctorates.
It has to be all pop and
Right. So you would even change the way you spoke when you worked with going to school. You're in a doctoral program, and so you're working with a group. You say, "Oh, well, I think at the end here I'm going to put a sforzando and then a crescendo to a big accent at the end." And they would say, "Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Let's try that." But when I'd be working with my band, it would say, "Hey, why don't we just a lot of swearing involved, but so we're gonna hit this really loud and really soft." And then get really loud again, but you just have to change. Yeah. If I said, which I would make that mistake occasionally with an top 40 group, and say, "Hey, why don't we put a sforzando here?" They would look at me and go, "Oh, college boy, huh? Yeah, sforzando." So the pop music is just, it's a valid. Well, of course it's valid,
Well, if it sounds good and it achieves the mission of getting people out of their seats and everything, that's what it's all about.
And I think I really like the new style of a cappella pop and jazz that's out there. The groups like the Real Group and Impact and many others that are out there, and a lot of college groups. And so I'm looking for new material all the time, and so bringing out things that are appropriate for this age group, which is not the same thing that they wouldn't want to sing the same things that I sang when I was in my 20s. I'm pretty sure of that.
Well, the Beatles are timeless.
The Beatles are timeless. They keep rearranging them.
John and George, God rest their souls, would approve. All right. Well, we'll tell you what, we got to go to commercial, but real quick, when can people check this out? Because I can't wait.
Yeah, this is going to be this Friday and Saturday, the 11th and 12th. It's 8 o'clock in the evening in the Fine Arts Theater, and partly because of the government shutdown, it's absolutely free.
All right.
So 8 o'clock, the jazz band will be on there first. Then we're going to have a couple of solos. Nicole Leon Guerrero she's a local singer that works in the hotels. She's also a member of the choir. She'll do some of her original songs, and then we'll end with the large group of university singers. So 8 o'clock, Friday and Saturday, the Fine Arts Theater on the 11th and 12th.
Outstanding. Well, you're both welcome back anytime. Anytime we can help out, just please let us know.
Thanks so much, Jason. Thanks for having us on your
Thank
program.
you.
See you there.
Okay.
All right, stay tuned. We're back after this.